June 3rd, we're not going to look at that as being in compliance.
Okay. And then, do we issue the LE? Will that come from our originating software? Is that going to be built into it now?
It'll probably come from our service.
Okay. So if I take a loan application prior to knowing which lender I'm going to use, how do I generate a loan ID?
Well, that's the challenge. Because the loan ID you use has to be the same throughout the transaction, and unfortunately, I'm not going to like your loan ID.
Okay, so if I use a loan ID, what am I making it up if I don't have a lender? Or if I pick you guys and then you can't do the loan because of some unforeseen circumstance, is that a change of circumstance and a new LE is issued for another lender?
Yeah.
Okay, and then on section C, on services they can shop for, when you're saying that they have to be the exact name for the title companies, is this going to force the escrow companies to lump all of their document drawing and e-sign fees all into one fee?
Boy, wouldn't that be great?
Right.
There are companies that are working on doing that, doing a single fee quote, and it would just make everyone's life a lot easier.
Okay, and then two more questions. One on the servicing box on the LE. Is that from a broker side or from the lender side?
That's from the lender side.
Okay, and then the last question is on the closing disclosure. There are 90% of the escrows we use do never disclose the seller's proceeds, and a lot of them won't disclose on the final HUD the amount of commission, and it's flat out staring the buyer in the face. Do you anticipate some fun lawsuits down the road for privacy disclosure issues on this?
Well, yeah, remember my disclaimer? I am not an attorney.
Bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, the buyer will not receive the seller's portion to show proceeds. They can, yeah, you know, who cares? I mean, you know, I owned it free and clear. I sold it for $1 million. Lucky me.
Your original estimate here was based on a cost, not a rebate or yield spread premium.
Well, there was no broker involved.
Okay.
That's an example from the CFPB.
Without a broker involved.
That's correct.
If there is a broker involved, and if the broker is doing a lender paid, there's not going to be an origination charge at the top?
There would, if there was no origination charge, it would not be there.
So if it's lender paid, then our fee is not going to show up.
That your fee will not show on the loan
But
estimate.
the credit for the yield spread will still show as a
Right.
credit.
Yes.
As a correspondent, you know, getting back to the loan number thing, if we use a loan number for us and then we
That's
sell
the
the
one
loan,
you use.
okay, so that will carry through and then no
You're a
problem.
correspondent lender. We're buying a closed loan from you. That's your number.
There we go. Thank you.
In the back.
Yes, when you read through those 1,800 pages,
1,880.
1,880 pages,
Skim.
did you see anything in there about the service provider list that we have to provide actual written quotes from this service
No,
provider?
you don't have to provide written quotes.
Okay, I was
But-
told you did.
No, you don't. But whatever you do quote, you live with.
You're going to be the ones that provide the list, right?
We are anticipating that as the process. In the back.
You just talked about the lender paid compensation and the YSD credit. You're saying that on the loan estimate, the YSD credit will need to show, is that correct?
Okay, yes.
But the mortgage broker compensation will not because it's lender paid. So the question is this going to show the net then? Or
Yes,
does
it will show net. So in other words, if the premium before your commission were $10,000 and your fee was $8,000, then there's only $2,000 available to the buyer to pay out of the costs. That $2,000 is what will appear as a lender credit.
Okay, thank you.
I really need a bathroom break.
Gary.
Yes.
If we have the borrower sign the LE at the time they're sitting down with us, can they sign the intent to proceed straight away?
Yes. So so the keys are, you produce the LE, you can ask for documentation. They sign the LE, you can ask for the intent to proceed.
Thank you.
So they can sign them both at the same time. Question right here in front.
Compensated? Okay. On an appraisal fee, as a broker, we pay it up front to get the job done. And then
Get reimbursed.
we expect to be reimbursed at closing. How is that handled on the document?
Well, it would still be under services they can't shop for. Can I take a bathroom break? Let me take a bathroom break. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll answer more questions if you're here. Otherwise, I really do thank everybody for coming today.